Start to follow your breath into your body, watching the breath. Noticing, is it the chest that rises and falls, or is it the belly that rises and falls with each breath? Just notice. Feel free to make any of those little adjustments that you need so that you can fully let go, fully relax now. There's nothing to have to do in the world. Give yourself permission to set all of the things that you normally do on a daily basis aside for now. This is an opportunity for you to do something on a different level, on an energetic level for the world. And so in order for you to fully engage, it's important to bring your attention here now, in spite of all the things that are going on around you. Because without your full participation, you cannot direct and focus your full energy. So give yourself that permission to let go, to be present in this moment right now. And when you're ready, I'd like for you to visualize a grounding cord traveling from the very tip of your tailbone down into the earth. And that can be made out of anything. I like to think of it as the roots of a tree, but it could be a steel braided cable, it could be dental floss, it could be yarn, it could be a rope of light. Whatever is appropriate for you is appropriate for you, and that is just perfect. And allow that cord to reach down through the many layers of the earth, the dirt, the sediment, the granite, the hard rock, soft soil, reaching down toward the center of the earth, through the underground streams, the underground caverns, through underground lakes, down, down, reaching toward the center of the earth. And when it reaches the center of the earth, let it find something to attach itself to. And then check the integrity of that grounding cord from the center of the earth all the way back up to the tailbone. Make sure that it has integrity. And if you have anything going on in your life right now, that you've been holding any excess amount of emotional energy, imagine that you could bring it into a small ball and allow it to travel, to pass down through that grounding cord all the way to the center of the earth, where Mother Earth knows exactly what to do to transmute that energy for you. If there's anything weighing on your mind right now, again, roll it up into a ball and send it down that grounding cord all the way down to the center of Mother Earth. She knows exactly how to transmute that for you. Energy is never destroyed, it only changes form. And allow her to repurpose that into something useful for yourself, for the planet, for the entire universe. And as you continue to breathe, see if you can drop your belly down into the belly of Mother Earth. See if you can feel that visceral connection, like the umbilicus when it was once attached to your mother and to your belly button. Imagine that belly, that sense of, this is how I am nourished, is dropping down into the belly of Mother Earth, where she can feed you. Whatever you need has always been supplied by Mother Earth, and she will continue to do so for you as long as you are in human form. So feel free to drop your belly down into her belly. And what is it that you need right now? How can Mother Earth help sustain you right now? What nourishment do you need right now? Be open and receptive to receiving that. Be like a child getting out of your own way. A child that doesn't know anything. And feel what a relief it would be to not know anything, to not have any responsibilities, to just be in the care of the Great Mother. And allow yourself to just be open to that by opening your heart and receiving her love for you into your heart. What a beautiful feeling to have the greatest mother of all holding, caressing, sustaining you. And then feel your love for her. She provides the carbon itself that is at the core of every part of the particle, of every atom, of every molecule, of every cell of your body. What a beautiful symbiotic relationship you have, where she's able to give you the materials that made the home that you live in, the materials that made the car that you drive, the food that you eat, all the liquids that you drink, all comes from this planet. What a beautiful symbiotic relationship that she is able to sustain you and you give life back to her. She gets to express herself through your creative mind. And feel the symbiotic relationship through your breath. With each exhale, send your love down to Mother Earth. And with each inhale, draw her love for you back up into your heart center. Breathe. Feel that connection, that symbiotic, circular breath, moving in and out of the earth, moving in and out of your body. And when you're ready, bring your attention up into the center of your head and start to direct your breath into the center of your head. Make a space by which you can breathe in and out through the center of the head. It's a very sacred space. And when you're ready, like a tree, start to send branches up through the top of your head, out into the cosmos, reaching in all directions, upward, outward, branches stretching and multiplying, dividing, stretching in all directions, reaching out further and further into the cosmos. And each star in the night sky is like a leaf at the end of a branch, until the entire celestial canopy is connected to the center of your head. And start to breathe into that canopy of stars, sending your consciousness out with each exhale along those branches, feeding all of those stars, their brilliant starlight, flickering and wavering. You are connected to the fabric of creation. A giant tapestry is woven with every event that has ever taken place in every solar system, in every galaxy, in every universe. And you are woven into it. Did you think that you were just having this one experience here on planet Earth? You are ancient. You have existed for billions of years in different star systems, in different bodies, learning different things. The tapestry of creation is woven with your story, your ancient story. To remember that story, as you breathe in, draw that consciousness back into the center of your head through those branches. Start to breathe in the memory of who you are as a spiritual being. And as you exhale, send the signature of who you are today back out to that fabric of creation, that tapestry, the story of all time. And imagine that as you breathe, you are interweaving a new plan, a new story for yourself. Here on this planet, all of your experiences, what you are learning, is helping to upgrade the entire tapestry of creation. Everything is evolving, and it can only evolve with your assistance, bringing your awareness, your consciousness, your alertness, and your cognizance of everything that you are doing here on this planet, living with intention, living with volition, and transferring that to that fabric of creation so that it itself can be upgraded. It's dependent upon you. All of creation is dependent upon you. And so your awareness, your self-awareness, is paramount. It is the most important thing, the most important gift that you have been given, is your ability to be self-aware. And when you're ready, continue this breath, this symbiotic breath with the cosmos back to the center of your head. And at the same time, continue the breath from your heart and belly down into Mother Earth and back into your heart and belly, simultaneously holding these two directions simultaneously. Breathing in and drawing in the fabric of creation into the center of your head and into your heart, bringing Mother Earth into your belly and into your heart. And when you exhale, from that same place within you, exhaling back out to the fabric of creation and to the core of Mother Earth. This is true multitasking. You are in a polarized breath, holding two spaces outside of you at once and bringing them into you, into one center. Just like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, just like the Sacred Trinity. Just like Mother, Father, and Child. Just like Spirit, Consciousness, and Matter. You have now just chapped into the most sacred union in all of creation. You are it, right now. These three things. Breathe. Don't let your brain and strange thoughts that it has hijack you. Stay focused. Stay in your breath. Stay in this sacred union. This is one of the most important things that you'll ever experience as a spiritual being. This sacred union right here, right now. Breathe. I'm going to invite you to visualize that you are standing on the shore of a pool of water. It's not too big. You can see the edges of it. Could be like a pond or a small lake. And you can see the shore there at your feet beneath you. And it stretches around in two directions, to the left and to the right. I'm going to invite you to walk out into the water now. Feel the stillness of the water. It's very, very quiet, and it's cool. And you can feel the coldness waking you up a little bit as the level of the water comes up to your knees. Continue to walk out into the water, feeling the temperature of the water. You might even hear a slight breeze blowing. As you look out in front of you, you are getting a little bit deeper into the water. It's now up to your waist. And you see before you an edge where it looks like there's nothing beyond the edge of the water but for sky. And you begin to swim out toward the edge of the water, feeling the cool water on your body. And you get to the edge of the water and you realize you're at a cliff edge. You can imagine that when this is overflowing, it's like a waterfall that goes right over the cliff edge. And there below you, it seems to go on forever. But there's a pool at the bottom. There's trees around. And something is pulling you over the edge. And you realize, I'm just a human being. If I went over this edge, what might happen to me? And I want to tell you that you can actually fly. But it's going to feel a little weird, because here you are, this human being with this skin and these fingers. How can you possibly fly? But I want to tell you that you can actually change your arms into wings. But before you can do that, you actually have to drop over the edge first. All you'd have to do is allow yourself to go over the edge. And the minute that you do, you can do that now. And a gust of wind will come from beneath you and carry you. All you have to do is stretch out your arms, and they immediately turn into wings. You are a bird. And the gust of wind catches the underside of your wings. And suddenly you realize that you're floating in the air on a jet stream that's carrying you over the forests and over the mountains, seeing beneath you the treetops and the high mountain peaks. You actually are flying around those peaks. You can see everything beneath you, even down to the forest floor, which looks like it's a mile away, but you have perfect vision. You can see an ant crawling on the ground at hundreds of feet below you, and still this wind suspends you, holds you, guides you. All you have to do is keep your wings outstretched, and you realize that your tail feathers are hanging out behind you, and you can move them. And as you do, you can adjust the height that you are experiencing your place in the sky. If you let your tail feathers float upward, you can sink. And if you let your tail feathers go downward, the gust of wind will take you higher and higher up into the sky, far, far above the mountain tops. And everything becomes so small. It's almost like you could go out into space if you wanted to. And all you had to do was let go. All you had to do was trust that something would hold you, something would sustain you, something greater than you'd ever experienced before. Something knew how to take care of you. In fact, it's always been there, and it's always taken care of you. It's the element of air. It's the air you breathe. It's happening right now with every breath in your body. And the gust of wind carries you out past the forests, and you see out there in front of you a great ocean. And with your wings outstretched, the gust carries you out over the ocean. You see the crests of the waves. You see the sun off in the distance, trying to fall over the horizon. And as you have been carried by the wind, suddenly you realize something's happening to your body. Something is changing. Your feathers are dropping away. They're all falling away. There they go. They've all fallen away. And you realize that what was really your wings have now turned into fins. Your tail feathers are gone, and now you have a dorsal fin behind you. You realize that you are featherless, and now you're falling out of the sky. Falling, falling, falling down into the ocean. And you plunge right into the ocean. You can feel the cool water as you sink. You are now sinking and sinking and sinking into the dense water. It feels dark. It feels strange. And you hit the bottom. And you move your body a little bit, and it feels very awkward to you, and you don't know what to do. But I'll tell you that you have been equipped for this. You start to move what was your wings. You start to wiggle your body a little bit. Now you're wiggling, and you realize that dorsal fin, you can move it. Yes, you can wiggle it back and forth, and you start to move. Yes, you start to move. You're wiggling your body, writhing your body back and forth, and then you get the motion down. And you realize that you can move in all directions. And as you do, the faster that you move your body, the faster you swim through the water. And you realize that you can actually swim pretty fast. And you go back up to the surface, and you can see the sunlight breaking through the water's surface. And you yourself break through the water's surface, and you leap out of the water. And you see the sky for a moment, and then you plunge back into the water again. And then as you look around, there are others like you. You realize that you're not alone. Others have had this exact same experience. And you can swim together. And you can leap out of the water. And you find waves to ride. You're like a surfer without a surfboard because you don't need one. You learn how to leap out of the crest of the water into the waves. And how fun it is. How joyful it is. How playful it is. You're free. And as you're playing, you're noticing the water's getting a little bit more choppy. There's a movement to the water. Great waves are starting to come in. Enormous waves. Bigger than houses, bigger than tall buildings. And there's a storm overhead, and there's lightning striking the water. And you realize that there's a giant whirlpool forming. And you feel yourself being caught up in this whirlpool, spinning. And it's going so fast, you realize that you're out of control. There's nothing you can do but to spin with the whirlpool. And you're getting closer to the center of it. And the faster you go, the more to the center you get. And the more to the center you get, the faster you're going. Faster and faster, spinning around the center in the water until you get pulled right down into the center of the whirlpool. Down, down, down through the earth. Until you drop out the bottom. And you land on a hard surface. And around you is fire. Dancing flames of fire all around you. And you realize that your body has changed. You've become like an ape. Your body is sensitive to this fire. It's very hot. You don't want to get too close to any of it. It's very, very hot and very uncomfortable. And you're not sure what you're going to do, but you know you can't stay here. You have to move. And as you look at the ground, you realize that there are rivers of magma and lava flowing around you. It's difficult to navigate. You're leaping over rivers of lava, trying to get from one side to the other, because you don't know where to go, but you know you can't stay here. You must keep moving. You can feel the hot ground and the rocks beneath your feet, your odd, ape-like feet. As you continue moving, you see up ahead of you something in the fog. It looks like a home. It's your home. There it is. But you realize that it will take a lot to get all the way over there. It's very far. But there's a bridge, and the bridge is crossing a great chasm, and the house is on the other side. And just to get to the bridge, there's hot ground beneath you, coals and lava. There's no way to get to the bridge but to walk right over the hot coals. It's terrifying. You have a fear of being burned, but you realize that you're equipped for this because you have legs and feet and the ability to trust, to have faith that this would not have been put before you if it wasn't for some great reason, some great purpose. And so you begin to step onto the coals, and at first they're very hot, but then you realize that with your faith, they become inconsequential, almost cold to the bottoms of your feet. You can walk right along them, and you feel like you're a little bit lighter than you were before. A little bit lighter and a little more capable. And you walk across the coals until you reach this great cliff where this bridge is attached. And it's a very interesting bridge. It's a very rickety rope bridge with old wooden planks. In some places of the bridge, the planks are missing. And your body is changed back into human form. You can see your fingers, you can see your toes, and everything is intact. And this chasm is very deep. And the bridge looks so long, and it's cutting through the fog, but you know you want to reach that home on the other side. Somehow you know that this is the end of your journey. If only you can cross this bridge. And you begin to step onto the first plank, and you feel the rope, and suddenly part of the bridge snaps, and that plank drops down into the chasm beneath you as you quickly go to the next plank. This bridge is very tenuous, like so many things in life. But you know that you wouldn't have been placed here for no reason. You know that you must trust to move forward, because creation never gives you challenges that you cannot overcome. Somehow you were equipped for this, and you keep stepping onto the next plank and the next plank as the bridge is rocking back and forth over the chasm. You can hear it creaking. You can feel the rope in your hands. As you continue, you've made it halfway, and you look there beneath you. The chasm seems to fall away forever. But you have within you a certainty that you have what it takes to get through this. Somehow, some way, you are equipped with whatever is needed, the strength, the endurance, the faith to keep moving forward. And you call out to your spirit guides, you call out to your guardian angels, you ask for their assistance to help you to keep this bridge intact. You thank them for their assistance. You allow your heart center to expand, to be inclusive of all of your helpers, because you didn't come to this planet alone. You came here with an army of love that is here to help you to get through all trials and all tribulations. And it only requires of you your faith, your trust, that everything is perfectly designed to help you evolve and expand your ability to hold a higher vibrational emotional state, to hold a greater capacity for love and compassion. You're getting closer to the other side. But now, holding on to the bridge isn't even important for you anymore. It's almost like you're floating above it. Because you know, as you always knew, you could handle this. You could handle anything that comes your way. Because the creative force never gives you anything that you cannot overcome.